This is indeed a disturbing universe.
Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I am your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve. And May the 4th be with you. Yeah, that's right. This is May 4th, which is the Star Wars Day, or the 5-4 timing day. But yeah, I thought I'd just pull out some Star Wars related records to start off this fun video.
That's it, I'm turning back. I know your family's waiting.
The day this video drops is going to be May 4th. So May the 4th be with you. How about if I pull out a stack of Star Wars related stuff and talk about it for this week's video. All right. Well, this is the old VCR tape of Star Wars, which not really a big ticket item as far as I know. I mean, I paid $2 for this. I don't know if it's gone up in value or not. But it is a pan and scan of the, what do they call it now? Unspecialized version. Anyway, here are my surviving Star Wars records and one CD. I say surviving because I had one or two other things that got ripped off from me or else fell apart. Like my 8-track tape I used to have of the soundtrack to A New Hope, which was just called Star Wars when this record came out. I was very, very disappointed with the 8-track because for all of the long orchestral cuts, where did they decide to do the 8-track fade out and click? But in the middle of frickin' Cantina Band. What kind of BS was that? But anyway, Star Wars, soundtrack to Star Wars. And it's got some scenes from the movie inside. Darth Vader. Hey, how'd this get in here? Don Ellis. Don Ellis, jazz trumpet player, band leader. He also had a couple of his own movie soundtracks under his belt, including The French Connection. And he made this funky 70s Star Wars album. It's not the disco Star Wars, it's like the funky Star Wars. With his big orchestra, does Princess Leia's theme. I think the rest of the tracks are original. But, yeah. I've never seen an OG copy of this record, so it might be rare, but at least when I picked up this CD, it was not difficult to find, and it's pretty cool. All right. So, continuing on in the soundtrackian, this is the soundtrack to The Empire Strikes Back on RSO Records. And, composed by John Williams. See, Star Wars is a little more of a big deal by this point. So, there's booklet that kind of gives you a rundown of the movie. And this is probably the most loved of the movie, even though it kind of ends on a bummer cliffhanger. It is Dawn on the soft pink gaseous planet of Bespin, where Han, Chewie, Leo, and C-3PO arrive at Cloud City. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So this is the Return of the Jedi soundtrack. It's just one record, and it does come with kind of a little booklet, just this little flyer with this lovely painting of Jabba and Princess Leia. Maybe I'll make this the thumbnail. And just like that, I guess it can be a poster if you want to put it up on your wall. Yeah, 1983. Okay, how much more can I stretch this out? Oh, here's Light the Sky on Fire by Jefferson Starship, which is the song they perform in the Star Wars Holiday Special. Here's Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, who are Carrie Fisher's parents. Okay. Music from Star Wars performed by the Electric Moog Orchestra. Yeah, that is cool. On the Music Core label. Not the original soundtrack. And Music Core Records, a product of Springboard. So this is like full on straight to bargain bin mafia that brought this here. But it's exactly what you expect. Star Wars music played on the Moog. And yeah. And last but not least, the record that revolutionized space disco. Star Wars and Other Galactic Funk by Miko. You've heard the single version of Miko's Star Wars theme. Have you heard the entire 20-minute long montage of music from the entire movie put to a disco beat? Have you heard the 3 brilliant tracks on the B-side, Other, Galactic, and Funk? Well, if not, then what have you been doing with your life? All right. May the Force be with you all. You know, if you've been here before, you know what you're getting into. If you're new here, hey, keep watching. We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, that's just fine. Come on, boys. Just one more time.
That's Wasteland. Wasn't that exciting? But as you see, it's all part of the cosmic mishmash. And it's okay if you don't remember, because we're always making new memories.
Will you get on with it?
Okay, okay.
I want to do a little honorable mention, a few record store day things that I did not get, either because I missed them or because I already had them. And the first one, a few people have been talking about this, is Gandalf. And I picked this up the first time it was reissued, which was in 2002 when Sundazed reissued it on CD. And they did a pretty nice presentation. I mean, Sundazed is always quality. They're always approved by the artists and taken from the master tapes, etc., etc. But there's a nice booklet with the story of the band, and it's a good sounding CD. I still don't really have a vinyl copy of that. I do have this crappy bootleg picture disc, but that doesn't really count. But here's the thing, though, was I guess there were more than one record in that reissue series from Capitol, because I was looking at in the record store day bins. I found a bunch of copies of this SRC, and I think more people need to talk about this. But this was whatever reissue I got years ago. It's not an original. It was funny. What was funny was that I enjoyed this so much that I bought an original copy of their second album off of eBay. But SRC, which are the initials of the main guy in the band, Scott Richardson Case. But SRC was a 60s band from Detroit. Imagine like the Zombies, but with heavier fuzz guitar and organ. And that's kind of close. Black Sheep, great song. It's just a good record. And last but not least, which I probably mentioned before, I talked about this record, and it was in my last week's video when I was showing the clip. So I talked about it when I did my Halloween jazz video, which more people need to watch, because I was kind of proud of that one. But this is The Doors of Perception by Dave Pike, vibraphone player. And it's mostly kind of straight ahead jazz, but with like distortion and effects to make it trippy. And it's on the Vortex label. And I had no idea there was a record store day reissue. But, you know, I already had this nice reissue. And if I were to part with my cash to see what the colored vinyl looks like, then I would have had some serious buyer's remorse. So if anybody bought this, tell me in the comments what the colored vinyl looks like. Anyway.
Wonder Woman, starring Linda Carter, and Incredible Hulk, starring Bill Bixby, will return at their regular times next Friday evening on most of these stations.
And that concludes this week's video. I try to get them out every Saturday. And if you like what you saw, you know, you can like the little thumbs up button, you know. You can subscribe, get me towards my next goal of 300 subscribers. And then I'll do something special. I'm not sure what, but I'll do something. I'll do something. You'll see. Yeah. If you're new here, say hi, leave a comment if you want, you know. Watch some of my other stuff, because they might be better than this one. They might be worse than this one. And, you know, it'll get the conversation about loving the music to spread out among the people, you know. Yeah. Peace out.